I'm just throwing him. All right, let's jump into it, guys. So we do have the roadmap has been updated, and it is actually disappointing because we don't get anything past 4. Yeah, let's settle down. Settle down. We'll get to it. All right, so we have 3.8, 3.9, and 4, and we do have a whole bunch of people in chat, so this is going to be a very, very interesting recording. But first thing, obviously, for 3.8 was obviously what's done, so we can get rid of that. 3.9, we have prison uniform. We have Eddie Mission, the mission giver, Eddie Parr. We have the Microtech collection. We have the bounty hunting armor. We have the locations, which is obviously the automated prison. We have the new Babbage landing zone. We have the Microtech moons, which is obviously the 3 of them. We have the AI, which is obviously, we have FPS combat weapon types. We have NPC improvements, civilian. FPS cover usage. Gameplay, we have prison missions. We also have the dynamic mission system, which is really, really good to see that it's still there. That's the economy generated missions. So what that'll do is basically go through and actually generate a mission depending on what's needed, in theory anyway. So for example, say someone goes through and buys 100 rocket launchers. Obviously they're going to need materials to obviously build those rocket launchers. So hopefully this, or in the future, it will then go through and generate a mission to say, I need 1 ton of this type of titanium, for example. And that will allow you to go through and do those missions and deliver that titanium so that they can build more rocket launchers, and it's going to be like a dynamic mission. So that's really, really cool. Restricted.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's right. Go.
Question was, is that similar to how Elite Dangerous does for their space stations?
Yes.
So they need X amount of...
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep. Restricted area rework, which is a very important behavior. So my understanding of this, so let's read what it says. Refactoring and fixing many internal issues regarding restricted areas to make them easier to set up and use. This will include landing splines, however, ATC to open up paths for players to enter restricted area and fly to landing pad with guidance. These areas will become more natural and won't require abrasive materials to show their presence. So, I think this is going to be, you know, when you're coming in, and we saw this in a previous version in like a video, where when you're flying in and when they're coming into landing, they had those boxes that they were flying through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I think
like
it's
similar to ours.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot like that. So you'll say, hey, I want to come in for landing. It'll say, yep, landing pad 1, whatever it may be. And it'll give you those boxes for you so that you can guide. It'll give you some guidance to come in and land.
Fly down at a natural angle instead of going at a 50-degree negative.
Yeah. Which will make it easier for landing, because obviously then you'll be able to go through and fly into these boxes or fly through these boxes, and you won't have to worry about saying, am I above the landing pad, blah, 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 blah.
Mission generation along QT path.
Yep, so dynamic mission system, mission generated along QT routes. So when you're in QT, for example, there might be a pirate that gets attacked, that's attacked some trader. You might get the mission to defend the trader while you're in QT. Which means you then be able to jump out of QT and possibly go over and help them attack the pirate, for example. Commodity transfer times, which is obviously, for example, you buy 1,000 boxes of materials. You have to wait for those 1,000 boxes before they can go, obviously, be loaded. Accounting app, economy display terminals. That's just simply showing, useful information like prices, demand, supply, stuff like that. PvP bounties, death animation improvements, player status system 1. Okay, that's interesting. I think I was already there though. So that's going to be your hot, your heat, your cold. Your sort of what we saw at Microtech. What sort of system, how your character reacts to certain environments, etc.
Right.
Repair, refuel, restock kiosks. So they'll obviously go through and be allow you to reload, refuel, repair at a kiosk. I hope we don't lose the ability to do that from Mobiglass as well. But I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to.
Yeah, make it more realistic.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that or not, but anyway. Bounty hunting NPC improvements. Ship vehicles. So we have the Cutlass Blue rework. We have the Origin M50 improvements. For weapons and items, we have the light bolt electric sniper rifle. We have the Gemini C-54 ballistic SMG. We have the lightning bolt electron pistol. That's interesting. And we also have the Cusk and Wiener sledge mash driver revision. Wiener.
So the electron pistol is the stun people?
I presume so, yeah.
Come here, you bitch.
Designed and creating lighting pistol for characters in game, concept compilation, and okay, yeah, it doesn't say, but I imagine an electron pistol would be stunning, maybe. All right, so Cortec door system improvements, which is obviously great. This is obviously just going to rework the door technology to work in conjunction with object container streaming and improve synchronization across clients. So large-scale shadows is obviously shadows that will happen over the ground, for example, from your ships and stuff like that. So, for example, you're flying in and your shadow casted over the ground. So it's just simple improvements to that and performance optimization.
So you don't lose frame drops, right?
Yeah, it's just general. They always have that. It's on everyone.
Right.
Yeah, it's always there. All right, so 4.0, and I'm really kind of bummed we don't get 4.1 and 4.2.
Oh, because they're going to go...
Yeah, like, it's supposed to be like a year out, and we're only getting 6 months. But anyway, maybe next week.
Oh, right. Okay, maybe.
Yeah. So characters, we have the mission giver, Lisa Gibbs. We have the mission giver, Devon Ballesta, might be mispronouncing. We have Crusader, we have Origin landing zones, we have the AI, we have the ship atmospheric combat.
Oh, so that's still on the roadmap. That's good.
Yeah. FPS combat behavior version 2, which improvements to FPS combat. So created a variety of believable combat behaviors for enemy AI to adopt in battle. So, for example, you won't be able to just make a noise and watch them come to you. You'll be able to go through and they'll be somewhat intelligent, so you won't be able to just
taking cover and all that.
Yeah. So they're not just going to be stupid and run towards the noise, for example. Flight AI improvements and polishing, FPS combat improvements and polishing, gameplay 0 push and pull. Yay!
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ship to station docking still on 4.0.
Ship to station docking is now on 4.0. Now
Multi-crew.
Adding the ability to spawn vehicle connection to space stations. This function is required for some larger ships to spawn at certain locations. So this is going to be your 890s, this is going to be your Idrises, your Javelins, and all that sort of shit, right?
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Multi-crew expanded pilot roles. Pilots will be able to recover instructions and view information in order to follow specific instructions. So just general multi-crew. System,
which is about time too.
Yeah, definitely needs it. Security system. So this is adding security systems. So this is the system that controls who has access to areas and objects based on various factors such as reputation, ownership, keycards, and fractions. It'll automatically issue a warning to people breaking the law, and if ignored, a flag will then criminal to security forces.
Like, say, for instance, you see those at the spaceport, says restricted area, and if you try to break in, they'll... Okay.
Say, for example, the security stations have an admin section, right? And all of a sudden you try and wander in there. It'll tell you to get out because you're breaking the law, you're trespassing, and if you don't do that, then you'll probably get fined or shot at.
I wonder if there'll be the security, like, you know how Lower Road's got their security station right there at area L19?
Mm-hmm.
Near the admin office and all that. That'd be cool if you can go in there and access specific type missions, you know?
Well, that's what it might be. It might be, go and hack this terminal, for example.
Right.
Yeah. Multi-crew expanded turret gunner roles, which is obviously great. NPC healing, which allows, obviously, for healing other players and NPCs. Weapon and items. Burying grenade launcher, which is obviously going to be a lot of fun. Wow, okay. Cortec NPC Scheduler. Really, CIG? You going to do that?
Whoa.
So the NPC Scheduler is meant to add and remove NPCs to the game, dramatically spawning them in and out of based on our NPC archetypes, determining max number of NPCs in the given area based on the ratio of players and server performance. NPCs will need to spawn in a spawned locker for every landing zone, spawning in a hidden location that is impassable by the player, such as an invisible barrier, or more likely an air shield or turnside that cannot be used by players.
Oh.
So what they're going to do, for example, is say, for example, there is 50 players on the server. They want to keep it at around 10%, so that means we need 500 NPCs.
Oh, wow.
So they will then go through and spawn those NPCs. Now, if that server drops, for example, down to, say, 40 players on that server, for example, that are at that wallville or the one spot, then, for example, it will then go through and have 10 of them go to bed, for example. And those 10 will, so it'll drop down from 500 down to 400, so those 100 will go and log off.
Well, that's to be more believable. You actually see that them having, like, you only, say for instance, who are shop owners, you see them only, during the day in the shop, or they, their shift is up and they go home, and another come. Okay, that's more realistic. That's what I like.
Yeah, but that's also a big thing because that's also leading to AI NPC schedules when it comes to, for example, jobs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. Shield system tech replacement, which they actually talked about on Star Citizen Live tonight. So this will replace the legacy shield system with a signal distance field tech. Now they've also said that this field tech will also allow them to go through at a later date and also possibly also work out things like drag, for example, on ships and stuff like that.
What is that supposed to do?
So, signal distance field tech will basically allow it so that your ship's skin or your hull, it will then turn around and say, hey, this is a piece of armor. I need a shield to be 30 meters, for example, away from that armor. So it will then spawn a piece of armor, of shield to match that armor.
Okay.
And so what it'll do is it'll basically make a whole bunch of small shields to cover a single area.
Okay.
Yeah. So theoretically, from my understanding anyway, they talked about it at Star Citizen Live today pretty early on. But yeah, it's a pretty big thing. Yeah. And server to client actor network rework. And this is obviously improvements to the downstream part of the actor rework possibility for communicating actor state for the server down to clients. This will improve the position and movement of other players and NPCs to your client with improved dead reckoning, help to reduce perceived lag and instances of rubber banding. Alright, so that is 4 and 3.9. What are you guys keen for? What did you guys like that was listed?
I noticed they took Pyro off the roadmap.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be 4.1 or 4.2.
Yeah. So I talked about this. I talked about this in Cobra's stream. I'm surprised we're getting 4 without Pyro. I would have expected 4 to be renamed to 3.10.
What is Pyro?
Pyro's a new system.
Have they ever did a 0.10 version of their roadmap?
Not that I know of.
0.9.
But they've never gone up. But they've never gone to 0.9 either. 2.6 was as high as 2 got, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
So, see, the way CIG works is they normally will go through and they will make the major point sections for major events, right? So 2.6 to 3. 3, the reason we got 3 was because, or they called it 3, was because of all the new tech, for example, planetary landing and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what made it 3.
So it makes you, well, this is only for the next 2 quarters.
Yeah, so my question is this, right? What's the difference between 3 and 4 that counts it as a 4.0? Is it the fact that it's just Crusaders going in and it's the last system? It's the last planet in the system?
Crusaders the last planet in the star system.
But shouldn't 4.0 be jump points?
It's hard to say because 3.9 they haven't because we're getting the moons and the landing zones and interior stuff from Microtech in 3.9.
What I would have liked to see was 4.0 that we have at the moment be renamed to 3.10 and 4.0 pyro and jump points.
Pyro and jump, okay.
Start 4.0 with a brand new system. Start the new batch of the new numbers, the new 3s, 4s, 5s. Start 4 off as a major celebration or a major event.
New star system, right?
With a new star system, yep.
I don't know. Getting Crusader is really.
It is big, but it still feels like it's something that is still left over from the old 3 series days, right?
Right.
It's like,
it should have been. It
like
should
a season.
Crusader and the landing area and all that should have been
3.10.
In 3.10, or yeah.
And which is what I think. Well, that's what I think they were setting up to do, but they've had to split up Microtech because server-side OCS wasn't ready.
Right, because Socks messed up.
Yeah, well, it didn't mess up. It was just not ready.
Right. So
you got to admit, going past 4.0, it looks very good.
Going past it.
When we pass 4.0, it looks very good.
Well, we can't see what's at 4.1 or 4.2.
Well, I'm saying once all of the stuff from the 3-point series is complete, it's a pretty good looking game.
So, do you think in the next 2 quarters after the second quarter will be Pyro with its planets and moons?
Probably,
stations and stuff? With all the outposts and stations? Yeah.
Well, if you look at the Pyro system, right, there is sweet FA when it comes to in the actual system itself.
What's that?
In the Pyro system, there's no real major landing pads or anything like that except for Levski, and we already have Levski. It's currently located in the Stanton system.
Well, there's a station in...
Yep.
It's called Ruin Station. That's a outpost. That's basically for smugglers and pirates. And
Yep. Now,
it's kind of like the Grim Hex of Pyro, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's my question, right? Is like we look at the Arc Star map. So, right, for example, right, we go through and we look at what's in Pyro. There's not a lot. Pyro is remarkably simple.
Sparse.
Yeah, simple. I would say simple compared to, for example, Stanton.
I thought Levski was in a different star system.
It is. Yeah, it's in Pyro. It's in Nyx. Actually, it's Nyx. I think it is Nyx system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead they're going to move it to Pyro?
Well, no, I presume they're going to... No, well, Nyx is off Pyro. So, yeah, I made a mistake. I said it was in Pyro. It's in Nyx. Sorry. So, let's look at what's in...
Yeah, give me a minute. I had to take some... Oh! Sorry, I had to take some ibuprofen for my lower back.
Yeah. So let's search PYR Pyro Star System. Right. So this is the Pyro system here. There's this asteroid field that's there. Pyro 1. I don't know about you, but every time I try to run this, it's very laggy.
Well, it depends. Whenever I run it, it runs fine on my computer.
I know it's not a computer issue. Trust me, if it's the computer issue, I need to talk to the people that make my
Right.
computer parts. But yeah, habitable, no. There doesn't seem to be any major landing zones or anything like that. Affiliation is unclaimed. Yeah, right. So it's just a basic planet.
It's a dead planet. It's
Yeah.
fact 2.
Yeah. Here's Pyro 2 here, for example, right? And we bring up the information on that one. Right, unclaimed, habitable, no, terrestrial, rocky. It's another dead planet, right?
Dead planet, yeah.
I wonder if it's because I'm running it through Chrome too, like, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, it's a
So
dead world.
is Pyro the next system kind of getting?
Yeah, we suspect.
System.
Yeah, we suspect. Yeah.
But it's a dead system. It's for smugglers and stuff and pirates. Pyro 3 is a volcanic world.
Alright, so Pyro 3, just talking about it. Another dead planet. Like, we can click on it and bring it up, but unclaimed, habitable, no, lava planet. Right, no one's living there, trust me. Right? Maybe
Lava
dragons.
mining.
But like,
there is going to be some planetary stuff. What kind of place? That's where the separatists are. No, in Star Wars.
well,
That's where the droid army's being.
so there's the jump point here. There's a jump point here. There's a jump point to Stanton here. There's Pyro 4 that has a space station. I think that's Ruin Station.
Yeah.
Suffers little damage.
Proto world.
Yeah, protoplanet. Suffers little damage from Pyro's distant sun. But there's Ruin Station there. There it is there.
Yep. That's a lot of space to get to with pirates roaming it. What kind of star does Pyro have anyway? Is it a dwarf star?
M-class. Same as ours. M-class star.
Main sequence M class. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
But that's what I say.
So
Like
that's
apart
why-
from Pyro, there's nothing really here
I know. So
Ruin
why are they
Station.
adding Pyro?
because
Because of Squadron 42.
no, because it's the next one in the jump sequence.
Well, there's 3 jump points out of Stanton: Pyro, Magnus, and Terra.
Yep, but Pyro gives them lava for a biome, which they need. So that gives them the bio for a start. It also gives them Ruin Station, which allows them to go through and to put in pirate gameplay and stuff like that. And Pyro connects to Nynx.
4 and 5. No, Pyro.
You
Yeah,
jump
Pyro.
through the gate, go to Nynx,
Nix.
for example.
There's also Pyro 5 and 6, which look like they're two planets orbiting each other.
Like, this is Nynx here, for example. And there's Delamar over there.
Yeah.
Like, Delamar's already done. And the rest of these planets here are pretty basic too. Pretty bare bones.
It's got 4 jump points. No, 5 jump points.
And I believe...
No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Nix. Yeah, it's got a lot of jump points out of that system.
And I believe one of those goes to Terra, doesn't it? Oh no, Pyro. Pyro goes to Terra.
Castra, Terra.
So they'll probably do Nynx after Pyro. And then after that, they'll probably do Terra.
Terra's gonna be a hard planet to do because it's one of the main. That's the UEE's headquarters.
Yep. It's Earth too. Yeah. Which they'll probably want to tackle. Yeah. But like I say, I don't know. Like, getting back to the question anyway, is there anything in here that you guys are like disappointed or excited about? Or to me, it's like, yeah.
I'm excited about the I'm excited about better NPC multi-crew and stuff. That way you can start hiring crew for your ship.
Maybe.
I mean, especially for if you're doing like a medical ship, medical gameplay, have somebody but that all comes down to NPCs that have specific roles who are trained in those roles.
But there's nothing here
Like
to say about that here, though. That we're assuming,
right? Like the other day, I went down to Deacon's research, and I went into one of the hab where you see where they're doing. You see all the computers, and then we're in the back where you see where all the stuff is being grown. And, like they were, scanning, examining the like watermelons to make sure, the watermelons are growing right in that atmosphere, in that conditions, different food plants and stuff. Makes me want to say, hey, I want to be over here checking this stuff out and seeing how, like, microscopic scans and actually doing like mini gameplay,
But there's one thing that's actually missing from the roadmap that was there.
Which is
abandoned stations.
Abandoned stations, yes. That was also removed.
That's been removed.
That's right.
Like, that's gone from here. Now, it might pop up in 4.1, 4.2, or whatever they're calling 4.1, 4.2. But
do you think the Bounty Hunter armor is going to be specifically mission generated where you have to do a series of missions to unlock it?
I don't know. It'd be cool if it was.
Because if it was available for anybody to buy, then everybody's going to be wearing Bounty Hunter armor.
No, it depends on how cool it is.
Well, I mean, it looks pretty damn slick right there from what they're showing in the concept art. And the prison uniforms look pretty sick because you got those tubes coming out of underneath the helmet.
Yeah, but that prison uniform wouldn't have much armor on it.
No, I'm just the aesthetics look to that, how it has like that realism of a helmet with the actual breathing tubes.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to have it so that you unlock the armor so that you can, for example, bounty hunting.
That one actually has a hose going down, and a bounty hunter helmet too. Like a hose connecting underneath the helmet to the back.
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
But it does look pretty game. Looks pretty sick.
He's got a knife on his front, and I think that's just his suit. I think it's just the cut, like the line in the suit.
Hey, that kind of looks like a Mandalorian helmet.
Well, they probably took information from that, or took inspiration from that. But that's what I say. I don't know. Look, I look at this, right, and I see gameplay for prisons is cool. I see the AI updates, which is really, really cool. I see the domestic missions, which is really, really cool. But apart from that, like, player status system is okay. But I don't know. It just seems like these two patches are light. It's just.
And there's going to be people bitching about the loading times on commodities.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt when that comes up. Yeah. But also, here's another thing too, and I'm not surprised it's not on here. But where is persistence? He said that persistence they were aiming for middle of the year, which would make 4.0. Maybe that's why they're making it 4.0 instead of 3.10. Persistence.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of players who are getting pissed off about no persistence. It doesn't make it a true MMO without the persistence.
No, it doesn't. No.
It's like... That's why you're getting all those bunch of people bitching about the game, because they say, where's the persistence? Why is it not da-da-da-da? I mean, I know there's on a schedule, they're trying to get all these tasks done. They only have so many people working on it.
Yeah. And I understand both sides of the argument, too. Look, at the end of the day, I get the reason why people are upset about the persistence. I get that. But at the end of the day, like you say, CIG only has so many people working in in the actual dev in the departments.
Right. And when they get the Squadron 42 out, all those people move back over to help it merge it with the PU,
Well, not all.
the assets and stuff.
Not all. There will be some that stay that work on Squadron 42.
Oh yeah, to
Chapter
keep
2.
for the updates and stuff and all that.
Well,
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
So, what do you know about Squadron 42? Is it a purely wing commander fighter mission type, or is there like additional stuff like first person battles? And
No, you're
exploring and
going to be
stuff?
getting in and out of your ships. They have said that.
I'm sorry, what?
You're going to be getting in and out of the ships. You're going to be going EVA. You're going to be getting in and out of the ships to do tasks as well as doing
Okay.
fighter combat and everything. It's complete.
Oh, so it's more like kind of like freelancer,
I never played freelancer, but I presume so.
where because I know they showed that those abandoned stations and abandoned ships and
So, for example, there
ships.
might be one mission where you go through and you hold off a whole bunch of vandals from attacking a base, for example, right? So you're in a fighter and you're blowing up other fighters. The next mission, for example, might be that station that you're defending has a whole bunch of data on it. So you need to go in and download that data because they managed to scan the Vandal fleet, for example.
Right.
So then you need to actually go in.
Okay. So they need the information on the Van Duel,
For example.
what
Yeah.
their fleet numbers and stuff are.
Well, maybe, or just even, maybe the type of drives they have, for example. Looking for a weakness in the tech.
Right.
I don't know. Like I said, it depends on what they're doing, what mission-wise. But that's one thing, like, for example, one mission you'll be doing, like, fighter combat, then the next mission you might be going through and, literally going through a station, fighting the Vandal that have landed, and holding them off while one of your mates or your co-pilot or whatever downloads the data.
What would CIG would be smart to do for people who completely go through and do Squadron 42 is unlocking specific stuff that you only can get by going through Squadron 42 for the PU.
Well, they're doing
That would be a smart thing to do.
They're actually doing that.
Well, actually, they did. They showed armor set. They showed in their trailer. They showed one character. He had this specific looking alpha armor, EVA suit and armor pieces that.
Well, it's not just that, but also, for example, the F7 Lightning, the fighter jet, right?
Yes.
That, for example, you have to complete Squadron 42 to be able to get it into the PU.
PU, right.
It is a specific, you've done this, insert requirements here, you've done this in Squadron 42, you now have access to even buy it in the PU. And
Right.
you will need to buy that ship. So, for example, just unlocking it, for example, then you might have to go and have 10,000 credits, for example, or 10 million credits, or whatever it may be, to buy the ship as well. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on buying Squadron 42 because I like I like the solar player stuff too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, Squadron 42 is definitely worthwhile looking at for anybody that does want to play it. It is.
They've got a ton of big name actors in it. I mean, they
Yeah.
just pulled out the stops of getting all these actors into it.
Well, funny enough, half of those actors actually requested to be in it.
Yeah, which was really cool. I mean, they
Yeah.
got Gillian Anderson from the X-Files as a UE commander.
But anyway, we're
And
off
I can't
topic.
believe that. Oh, anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and I'm recording, so we probably need to nip this up because it's already 35 minutes. But yeah, at the end of the day, as for the roadmap, is there anything that you wished was on there that isn't on there, or what about the other guys here in the chat? Because there's two other people. Leaf, Cold, what are your thoughts? Is there anything on the roadmap that you're not happy about, or you were happy about?
I want prisons, so
Yep.
I can use that knife I just.
Sweet. So prisons are on there, so you'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Cold? If you're there, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from you for a while.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just happy for content. I mean, I was
When-
going through the roadmap. I'm just trying to think of what the thing was that I liked. It was, I mean, the push and pull gameplay and those kind of things that are coming.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's gonna be interesting to try and do.
See, a lot of people they want to escape from the prison when it comes in.
The
Sorry?
refuel repair stock kiosks and the player status system. That is also going to
Yeah.
something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so that's true. The player system is definitely something that I'm interested in. Repair
I thought
kiosks. Ask me when it comes in.
I thought prisons you would have to get a actual shank.
They did say something about possibly making a shank to. Yeah.
Okay.
When prisons come out, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna.
Sorry,
Is it
you're
done,
cutting in and
Joe?
out. All we heard was when prisons come out, the first thing I'm going to do, and then was stopped.
I said when prisons come out, the first thing
It did
bring a
it
bunch
again.
of guns into the jail.
Oh, bunch of guns. Yeah. You're going to try and smuggle them in, did you say?
Yeah. I want to smuggle the firearms into the. Yeah, the trolling madness will ensue. Maybe a couple RPGs to take out the turrets, and I'll be like, "This is my jail."
See, that's the thing. Like, I know, like, obviously prisons and that is fun and everything like that, but, like, why can't we have weapon crates? Why can't we have weapon caches?
Oh, you mean like smuggling stuff in?
Yeah.
Somebody, like smuggles the stuff into the station,
Yeah.
into the prisons.
Yeah.
Like down deep down in the mining tunnels where you can get out and stuff.
Well, even just, like, for example, like, we have lockers that you can store guns in, right? So why can't we have a crate that will hold 3 guns, for example, right? And that crate, you can pick it up and carry it.
Or you have someone deliver a cake to the prison, and inside the cake is
You'd
a
have to
gun.
be delivered because the prisons, as far as I know, are all automated turrets. They're like, automated turrets and stuff inside.
Yeah,
the
but
prisons
answering
and
my question,
cameras and-
Yeah, but
right,
that's what the RPG's for.
Yeah.
blows a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
But
it has to be
answering
smart
my
to me.
question, or getting back to my point, because at the end of the day, I'm talking about the fact there's, like, for example, you have, like, a weapons cache, a box that holds 3 assault rifles, for example, right? You throw your assault rifles in because it's using the standard locker mechanic that is on some of the ships, like the Cutlass and stuff like that, right? And then you have it, so you have these boxes that you can carry around and you can put on your ship, so that if we're doing FPS missions and we lose our guns, we can simply just go to the box, pick it up, and take out a rifle out of the box. Well,
A weapons crate that you can open and close and then place stuff into.
yeah.
Also, when the jail stuff comes and I bring the guns in there, I can't wait to drop that punchline. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me before I blast a couple of people.
It'll be interesting to see if you can break that. I'm presuming you probably can, I suppose, but it won't be foolproof. But yeah, you go through and try and break people out and try and break people in, and I imagine when prisons come live, it's going to be a fucking nightmare for CIG for a moment. But anyway, we're going to probably wrap it up here because we've been going for 40 minutes almost. Yeah. But guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are you looking forward to? Are you not disappointed, or are you a little bit disappointed that they don't have 4.1 and 4.2? Apart from that, guys, there's the roadmap for you, and everybody was in chat. Enjoy. But apart from that, we'll obviously see you guys next week for the next roadmap, and everybody else in chat will still keep going. So